Morning and welcome to another video log, also known as the vlog. What happened to this place? As you guys remember, this was or is still a gaming setup, an in-home gaming setup. It's very obvious to make the assumption that I just don't come here anymore because I have the HECZ quarters. 90% of that is true. Well, I would say 75% of that is true. I have the HECZ quarters, and that's where I choose and love to spend my time. And this sort of place was sort of like a holdover for me to be able to have something to work out of while the HECZ quarters was being built. Since then, a lot of people have stayed here. Okay, so mostly Scumpy. Scumpy spent close to 5 months living out of my house in this particular room. Luckily for him, the room was outfitted to be the ultimate gaming setup for anybody that plays video games, whether professionally or as a content creator. Scumpy happened to be both. But he was playing out of the HECZ quarters, so that sort of separated work from home, and that's why I kept this office, this home office, the way that it is. I took away the streaming computer. I took away the iMac Pro that used to be placed on the desk. I took everything into the HECZ quarters because we were working out of there very diligently during those 5 months where Scumpy was living out of here. Now, that doesn't mean that I completely forgot about this and that I have no intentions on continuing to build upon what I have right now. In fact, if I could move this room to the HECZ quarters, I would make that my office. So I consider this more my office than the HECZ quarters. The HECZ quarters to me is, like I said, a place for, and as you know, a place for people to go and do the job that needs to be done, or to have the fun that needs to be had in the HECZ quarters. Now that Scumpy has his house, now that Scumpy is no longer living here, and now that I don't really think that I'm gonna have any more guests. I mean, unless Nate comes, but usually we give Nate the bigger room upstairs. It's actually bigger. The room that's supposed to be Olivia's room, and you guys have seen it before. It's got a room like as big as this one, plus its own bathroom, plus a nice closet. But then on top of that, it's got an addition that used to be a dance room for whoever lived here before. And Liv does have dance classes and does that, but she's actually turned it into a crafts room because she's more artistic, or leans more towards art and creating things, crafts and shit, than she is into dancing. So we turned that into that, and we're still a work in progress that Jude's working on. This room is not going anywhere. I like the other reason. Actually, the most important reason is that sometimes I spend my entire day, I'm talking about every waking moment at the HECZ quarters. I come home for lunch and I see Liv and Jude and Liv sometimes go to the studio and visit me there. But 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock, rock, I'm kidding, usually mean that I start feeling a little bit guilty about not going home, about wanting to stay at the HECZ quarters, about wanting to stream but having to go home. And for the past 5 months, I haven't been able to go home, have dinner with the family, hang out, and from 9 p.m. to whatever, I'm in bed. I'm already in bed, either watching a show, winding down for the day, and just enjoying some alone time. I would much rather be in my house, upstairs, streaming or creating video game content, which is my passion, my love, my everything. Aside from family, obviously. So yeah, now that Scumpy is out, and now that I have the home office to myself again, it's time to continue to rebuild. It's time to continue to stream and create out of this instead of laying in bed winding down, whatever that means. I enjoyed it for the 5+ months that I've done that. I enjoyed coming home and not having the option or opportunity to come upstairs and stream. And I'm not calling that a job, but it is work. But it's also such a fun time for me that I will never consider anything else. Anyway, the majority of this vlog has been an insane amount of conversation. So let's get started. Let's tell you what really happened to this place, as the title says. All right, the original HECZ. I changed the title to Optic HECZ because that's what the channel was on HECZ. So that's there. I don't know if I'm gonna leave this here. I think I should because it happened in this room. Well, not in this room, but in this sort of atmosphere in a home office. So I'll probably leave this here. I just might take it to the HECZ quarters because the HECZ quarters is a little bit cooler than this place. All right, so the iMac is gonna go back to where we usually have it, which was over here, right? So we're gonna put the iMac where it was, which is here. And then I had my brother-in-law Nico build me a computer, and Nico built the incredible computer that I have at home or at the office, an ultimate gaming setup. I should do a gaming setup tour of that sometime soon. But here is Judith remodeling. I don't know if you guys remember here, but there used to be a pool table here, and now she's gonna turn this into a hangout place for Liv and her friends. Here it is. Now the issue is this Manfrotto little tripod is like the best thing I think I've ever had that I've never used. And I'm so mad because I've had it here the whole time and I completely forgot about it, and it'd be so useful. Like right now, this thing is sitting on top of a box when I could have just placed it on this. All right, so now that I have my place back, as I was saying, this computer, and I'm praying, I am praying to God that I have the right cables for all of this. I don't think that I took any to the office, but the good thing is that if I order some today, it'll probably be here by 6 o'clock. So I got to make sure that I spend no more time in talking to you guys and wasting. No, I'm kidding. I got to make sure that I start connecting everything right now. But when my brother-in-law Nico was making this, I told him to make it not as big as the other ones. The other ones are like massive, but he was still able to put a lot of cool shit in here. And I'm gonna read this off just so I don't get it wrong. So I have the case is Leon Lee Dynamic 11. The motherboard is a Z390 Tai Chi. The CPU 9900K overclocked, obviously. I don't know what that means. And then we have the GPU, which is a 2080 Ti Asus Strix. The RAM is 64 gigabytes at 3000 megahertz. I think. Yeah. And then obviously I have the 4K Elgato game capture in there. So it's a beefy PC. It'll get the job done as long as I end up not playing as many. No, I think this will get the job done. And if anything needs to be redone or upgraded, luckily I have my brother-in-law here that knows how to build computers to the T. If you were to look at how good, and I'll probably show you a little bit of it, but the wire management is what's always the most impressive for me. So anyway, let's continue to grind this out. Let's get this up and running again. Excuse me, sorry. Let's get this up and running again, and let's get the home studio office that will only be accessible in the mornings or late in the afternoons when I'm done with the hex quarters to work out of. It's always nice to be home and playing video games like the good old days, but for no reason, okay, at no point do I ever not want to spend my entire day at the hex quarters. I love it there more than anything. The only reason that I'm making this a viable option for me to play if I need to play is because I want to come home at some point. I can't live there, and I can't force Jude and Liv and the dogs to come visit me every single day. That's just not the way that things work. Anyway, I'm going to leave you guys for a little bit. The day has just begun. I think we're meeting up with Scumpy in a little bit to go have some food, and by a little bit, I mean a couple of hours. I don't know if they're scrimming today, but I do know that he wants us to take Buzz and bring Buzz over to meet the rest of the pack. Just so you can get acquainted, because we're traveling in a couple of weeks, and Buzz is going to stay here with us, or is going to stay here with Liv and Jude, and the rest of the dogs while we travel. That is the good thing about having a wife that loves dogs as much as Jude does, because you could have told her she's got to take care of every single dog that belongs to all of our friends, and she would literally not give a shit, and she would enjoy it. So I'm going to try my hardest to not make that a thing. Hopefully nobody watches this from the team and asks for that to happen, because I will literally have to get into a fight with Judith to not allow that to happen. One more dog is okay, but adding 3 more, make a fudge that. Anyway, let's get it. As I was saying, I found here, let's go hammers. Holy hot. Right there. See those? Those are like bathroom, all these are bathroom tiles from like all over the house. And I found them in here and I just grabbed them, and holy shit, look at this room. Huh. So hot. Yeah. Scumpy's actually visiting. It's the first time that the whole pack is gonna meet Buzzo, as I was saying earlier. Kind of hype. Hey! Hey! Here, give me one. No, I got him.
Hey, buddy.
Hey! Be nice.
Oh, he don't give a fuck. He's 200 pounds. Oh!
The other ones are going nuts. You hear them? Hey.
Dude, there's no way they can smell him from there.
No, they probably heard you. And they're like, oh my god, fucking the redhead's back.
You think so?
Yeah. Go off on your merry way.
You want to take his leash off?
Do you want to take his leash off?
Why wouldn't I?
We'll do it. Uh-oh.
He's gonna go in.
If he goes in, just so you know, you're going after him, not me. Is he curious enough to go swimming?
Yes.
Oh man, he wants to so bad. He wants to go in there so bad.
I gotta get my shit out of my pocket. He's gonna fall in. He's going in.
Oh shit, he's climbing. Oh dude, you better get the shit out of your pockets. Oh no, Buzzy! Buzz. Oh shit! Indestructible. Oh my god, bro, I'm like just waiting for him to jump in there so you can jump after. So that's my thumbnail.
Yeah. He's gonna do it.
So this whole time, like you see Buzz over there, and he's like ready to jump inside the pool, and Scump like already knows that it's gonna happen, so he put all his stuff like on this table right there. You just know it's like bound to happen. Buzz, do it. Okie dokie, fair-ish. I don't know which way to end this, and I don't know what to title it anymore. I mean, you guys by now know which title I decided to go to, but I kind of wanted to name this "Scumpy's Dog Goes Into the Pool," which was off camera, and I accidentally missed it. But he, there's like a step. I don't know. It doesn't matter. He didn't go all the way in. So anyway, I'm in the vlog right here. Everybody, thank you for tuning in. Happy late Sunday. I hope that you guys enjoyed the video. If you guys did, please remember to leave without leaving a like. Tonight we head over into Easter. I have a couple of family things that I gotta do. We're gonna go visit with my comadre and compadre, which was like Olivia's godparents, and it doesn't matter. So we're gonna do that, and then after that, we're gonna go to Holly's, I think, for just a tiny little bit, and then I'm gonna head back, and I'm gonna go into my theater room, and I'm gonna watch some Game of Thrones, and it's gonna be amazing. Having said that, boys and girls, and with that said, I'm gonna see you guys tomorrow, hopefully as usual. Well, tomorrow I'm gonna see you for the Eavesdrop podcast, which is gonna be insane. Set your alarms for 6 a.m. because we're gonna have the dopest podcast we've had up until this point. Having said that, boys and girls, and with that said, I'm gonna see you guys tomorrow as usual. Like I said, and as per usual, like I said, at the same damn